Hello and welcome to This Week in Campbell Football. I'm Chris Ameyer alongside head coach of the Fighting Camels, Mike Minter, and as always, we're powered by our friends at Dunn Benson Ford. Coach, your team is 4-0, one of just two undefeated teams left in the conference after defeating perennial conference power Dayton 17-7 in Ohio.
You know what? It was a great week, a great week of preparation. Them guys really put in a lot of hard work and went down there and got a big win for us as a football team and as a school. And so, you know what? I think the biggest thing is that we talked about all week long that it was going to come down to one team, one heartbeat. Who was going to be able to stick together the longest for 60 minutes? We knew that football team was built that way. We knew that football team understood what winning football is all about. Win first down, win the turnover battle, win the big play battle, win field position, win red zone. And, you know, they built the same way. And so when you look at those 5 areas that we talk about all the time, we was able to win big plays and turnovers. They was able to win first downs. And we tied in the red zone 50%. I don't count field goals, right? It's all about touchdowns. And so they was able to score one, and we was able to score one. And so both of us 50%. But field position, they was able to win field position. As you know, we was coming from our side of the end zone in that first half a lot. And I really think that's what made the game close is they was able to win first down and field position. So, you know, we as a football team, we have to understand that those areas we can't give up. We got to be able to win that. But, again, it came down to believing in one another, playing for one another, and, you know, having that trust and loyalty that we built over the off season. And the leadership was really great. I felt like the sideline was poised and confident the whole time, regardless of what the score was. And it's always it's good to have block. You know, I mean, you know, you got a receiver that can make plays like him. It's great to see him back and him able to make some big plays in that second half to open up their defense, because their defense was playing some really good football against our offense. And, you know, Daniel Smith had another big day for us. And so when you look at all the ingredients, it was a tough road game, and we came out on top. And so, you know, just a great team effort, great team win. I thought the coaches did a great job. Assistant coaches had everybody ready, and every assistant coach had their group ready to play winning football for Campbell. And so great job by us, and great team win, and now we move on.
This is the 25th year of the Pioneer Football League. Dayton has won half of the championships awarded, and Campbell went up there last Saturday to take on Dayton in Ohio. Here's a look at the highlights. Coach, your defense smothering in that scoreless first half.
Yes, they played great defense. We played great defense. It was a heavyweight battle in that first half, man. Everybody was trading blows. It really came down to field position and guys just making big plays. Great job by Manning there, saluting the crowd, and so great job.
And then your quarterback, Daniel Smith. He can make something out of nothing, can't he?
Yeah, that's why we love him, man. A guy that can make plays with his legs and his arms.
So we are scoreless at halftime as your defense keeps you in the game and keeps Dayton off the scoreboard. And then in the second half, things start to open up a little bit.
Well, you know, Coach Marsh and the offensive coordinator, offensive staff did a great job of getting guys open and taking what the defense was giving them.
And then it's pretty good to have Blockman back, isn't it?
Absolutely. Right there, play fake, post, one-on-one, 4 with a corner. I'm taking 4 every single time.
Here's one from 38.
Whoa, great throw. I mean, the ball was high, dropped it right like it was in a sunroof, and guess what? Number 4 runs right up under it. Great job by Daniel Smith and Blockman making that play.
And the Budrovich family is going to like this. Your special teams, punting, field position, good for you guys today.
Yeah, field position was great. Darren Slade coming up with the interception right there to give us the winning position to kick the winning field goal, man, that's what it's all about.
And then you guys can really run out the clock. That's what you did.
Tell you what, great job by Money Mitch of kicking and making that field goal. And here at the end, great job by the defense of closing the door to make sure that we got our first win against Dayton, I believe.
Yep, Gerald Wilkes Jr. seals it, 17-7, the final score. First time that you have beat the Powers. And, you know, Coach, one more win will equal Campbell's win record for a season here in the modern era. But it isn't going to be easy. You have to go on the road to a Butler team that you and I both think on tape, they're better than Dayton. They have really opened things up offensively.
Well, they play with two quarterbacks, and so we got to be ready and prepared for that. You got one quarterback, and 12 is really your traditional quarterback who's going to sit back in the pocket and throw the football and deliver the ball out to the receivers out there in situations. And then they bring in 11, and he's more of a triple option guy, and so he's going to run the ball tough, physical runner, basically a running back back there, and so you got to be concerned about that. But he can throw the football, and anytime you have pace on their side, you throw the ball up, he's going to catch everything that's out there. So that definitely helps their offense open it up and puts a lot of pressure on your defense. And so, but they do a lot of smoke and mirror stuff, and so we got to have eye discipline with what they do. Double reverse passes, throw back to the quarterback, all those things we got to be prepared for and be ready for. I'm sure they're going to throw everything and the kitchen sink at us on defense, and so we got to be disciplined with what we're doing. And then, defensively, they do the same thing. So their defense is the same way. They come in with a lot of different looks at what they're trying to give you. They're not going to be in the same spot. They bring a lot of different blitzes. They do a lot of different coverages to try to confuse the quarterback. And I think their safeties are very aggressive in the run. Linebackers are very aggressive in the run, and so they try to stop the run as the first thing, and then confuse you with different looks in the back end to try to get you in the pass game. And so they bring 6 people, they bring 5 from different places. Sometimes they bring in corners and safeties and linebackers, and Tom, they'll bring 2 linebackers in the A gap and drop their 2 defensive ends, and they play in cover 2. So you got a lot of different looks that this football team gives you, and so really it comes down to us just playing disciplined football, knowing what we're looking at. Eye control is going to be very, very big for us, and then bring our cornerstones, and I think we'll be fine.
How do you prepare your coaching staff, your team for the position that you're in? You've got a target on your back right now. You're one of 2 undefeated teams at the top of the Pioneer Football League. That's a little bit of a different position.
Yeah, it is. You know what? It's really about what we've been talking about all year long, and it's not about where you're at. It's not about who you're playing. It's a standard that we practice with. It's a standard that we come to meetings with. It's a standard that we go play a football game with, and regardless of what time it is or where it's at or who it is, we got to play at our standard. And so at this time, our focus is on getting better. We got a long ways to go. This football team is not even close to being as where they can be at the end of the day as far as the capacity of this ability of this team. And so, man, we got a lot to work on. And so for anybody to think that, man, 4-0 is where it's at. No, man, we got a lot to work on. Each individual got a lot to work on, and so it's real easy to motivate people when you haven't arrived, and regardless of what the situation look like right now. We're not satisfied with where we at. We want to continue to get better.
The Camels will caravan to Indianapolis. They take on the very tough Butler Bulldogs. It's coming up on the road this Saturday at 1 o'clock. We'll have complete audio coverage for you at 12:45, locally on 88.3 FM, and also free links at gocamels.com. For head coach Mike Minter, I'm Chris Sameyer saying so long, and we'll talk to you next week on This Week in Campbell Football.